control the lectern until either Toastmaster or whoever is the MC is there. So for those Icebreaker guests, I thought I'd share that with you. Jennifer, confessions are good for the soul, obviously. I'm just wondering how many of your friends really you share that with. I mean, they probably know what you do, but thank you very much. That was more than enlightening. Oh! Our next speaker obviously is more than a techie. Let's see if I've gotten this little bio that you gave me, if I can read this. Oh, here we go. Our second speaker, he's not new to Toastmasters, but going to share his icebreaker with us on a personal basis. Francisco Palacio has now entered the sphere of social media in the blogosphere and elsewhere. He has done it after a rather interesting odyssey that included IT posts at General Electric and other large local companies. Today, as his introduction to Gold Coast Club 2727, to break a hiatus of a few months of absence from Toastmasters, he is giving us a repeat, updated Toastmaster. Please help me welcome Francisco Palacio.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. It's not just a BlackBerry out Okay. Good evening again, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Good evening. Great. Tempest tossed. Lasers. We all know the words inscribed on the base of the Statue of Liberty. Yes, I'm an immigrant. I'm working on my accent. Been doing it since I was 15. No doubt about it. And yes, I'm a repeat offender. I attempted it twice. I had better luck on my second try, maybe because of my accomplice, my wife. I first tried in 1980 through 1983. Most people don't know that. I was actually shipped off to a military school in Missouri, of all places. I think I have to thank them for giving me the merit for hablar español, because it helps with the language. As our guest here says today, it's something that continually challenges us. And then, and I'm going to elaborate on that now, finally in 1995, we moved to sunny South Florida. There, my country, Venezuela. Some of you may have been there, some of you may have flown over it, but I know most of you know who Hugo Chavez is, right? They actually had a funny clip the other day on Parks and Rec on NBC, my old place of employment. Venezuela is a country of contrast. So contrasting that to explicate them, they take me a few speeches. And I'm going to try, I always try to mix in the background, where I come from, and why I'm here. It's a country blessed. Yes, we have all this oil, we have this mestizo population, and yes, we keep winning that Miss Universe. But sometimes you're stuck. It's a country of such riches, yet it gives a reason to yearn, to come to America, where the path to riches is not, and trust me, is not trodden or laden with political corruption, nepotism, and above all, levels of personal insecurity that border on the Kafkian. Caracas has a very high murder rate. It's a reason to leave. So, here to stay. We came back 1995. It was no easy feat. Both my wife and myself were middle-aged. Who does that? Come back, reset, restart your life, reboot, rebuild. Oh, by the way, yeah, Windows 7 came out today. I forgot about that. What a coincidence. Woo! But yeah, it's a complete rebuild of one's persona, values, and other essentials. I think that's a good analogy. It's like you install a brand new operating system. So, here today, enough about the past, gone. Focusing on today. Much like our guest, when I'm going to take hats off because she said it, she started her own business. That path has brought me closer to my professional dream of becoming once again an entrepreneur, a business owner. Yes, I've been in transition. GE sent me to Right Management. They do great outplacement. You never say the U word. You're in transition. Yet, given the atmosphere of possibilities untapped here in America, yes, this is the land of opportunity. care for a limoncello. They say make the best of what life throws your way. Whether lemonade, martinis, or limoncellos, we'll have a chance to innovate ourselves out of most every situation. They say Bill Gates said that. I think he did. I love it. So I stand here in front of you today declaring myself to be on my way to becoming a published author, a professional speaker, and of course a DTM. And I was just, that's what I was here. I was just with somebody here in Australia that I met at the chamber that wanted me to give a little speech on social media. So it's working. Toastmaster works. So how do you make limoncello? You have to distill and extract. Where does the current thrust come from? It's the training and experience live as Toastmaster, exposure to great members both in District 47 as well as worldwide via social media forums, thanks to the fact that Toastmasters are an organization where we're able to polish many facets of our life. A budding desire to make my writing better, to channel my love of technology into set writings, and to take this all upon the stage to spread a message of positive engagement with the current set of technologies. Flavoring, seasoning. So after almost a decade and a half, while facing a historic job market, I decided to take the reins of my life, pull myself up by my own bootstrap, got all my resources, started a business anew. Perfect blend. Done all that. You go to the web, by the way, I'm going to skip reading this because the other day I found out that if you Google Francisco Jose Palacio, I'm filling up the whole page. Next. A perfect path. And this is based only on what happened here after coming to America. Back in Venezuela, feels like another lifetime. I did a lot of things, trust me, being a dropout for 11 years is tough. But I mentioned it to illustrate that I've been exposed, experienced, seasoned, whichever way you want to call it. So, I don't know if you guys have ever read the words of Dr. Wilde. I feel that I'm perfectly aged. I'm ready to provide local merchants, businesses, and professionals with social media mentoring. Where is that? Next slide. All this stuff. We can talk about it later. But I'm pretty sure some of you have heard it. It's on the local news every morning, and I love it when they bring up our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Next. Perfectly timed. I'm trying to look into personalized support for what they need, tools that they add to the arsenal, the complement to assisting online efforts. This is online, so I'll tell you where the slides are. Don't worry about reading all of them. Now in perfect tense, who am I today? That thing is yellow. I look into the near future. I still recognize and act on the tremendous potential of these sea changes. I value the opportunities given by the challenges we'll face as a society. Retooling and innovating our way into better times for all. We're going to get back. Don't worry. It'll be better. And finally, I'm a human being that's grateful to have been able to improve his living conditions by being accepted and integrated into one of the greatest and most compassionate societies known in this corner of the universe. Thank you very much. We need to have a new role here. We need to have a clicker and a mouser.
With you as a member, definitely. You know, as Vice President of Membership, I'm quite frequently asked via email what the demographics of our club are. I'm never sure quite the answer to that. But I always say, if you think about demographics of this country, you probably have a good idea of what our clubs are like. Francisco, thank you very much. What's your favorite dance?
Actually, merengue.
Merengue.
Merengue, yes.
Do you think it would be a pleasure to sit down with Francisco sometime and just a jaw with him?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Our third speaker this evening.